Okay guys, so basically I'm gonna do a little get ready with me with a look that I've done basically every time I've gone out. It's like my go-to kind of like makeup look in that way. So I'm gonna do what I did for Pride whenever I've gone out, whenever I've gone out for meals and I've worn makeup. This is the makeup that I always wear. So I'm gonna go shave this. Get rid of this beard and this facial hair and let's get started. Okay guys, so I've literally just washed my face and I've toned and put my serum on. Now what I'm just gonna do is legit put my wig cap on right now. Oh my god, I've got so many spots. So for my moisturizer, I'm using the Weleda Skin Food. This is really rich and thick. That's why I like it, because it's super dewy on the skin. If your skin's really dehydrated, this is really good for your skin. I always, every single day, put on Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream on my lips, even when I don't wear makeup. So guys, I'm gonna pop on my ttdeye Polar Lights Grey contact lenses, and then I'm gonna come back. These are my contacts. I will leave a coupon code down below. You can save some money. Honestly, like, I've got such a massive makeup collection and I give out so much makeup, but the makeup that I actually use all the time is in this makeup bag. It's from Amazon, so that's what I'm gonna use. It's like, it's it. Like, if you want to know what is basically in here and what I keep on like my go-to makeup bag, then let me know, because I have everything that I need in here for all occasions. And then I've got this brush holder which has so many brushes in here that I love to use. These are like my favorite brushes. So the first thing I'm gonna do is use my Refy. So Refy is basically like my favorite go-to like brow products, period. I love Jess Hunt as well. She's absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna use medium brown pencil. For a long time I stopped using brow pencil because I think before I started to look crazy with brow products, just because I went a little bit crazy. You know, like the carving out and everything, and the drawing with the pomades and stuff like that. I went so OTT. Whereas now with Refy, I feel like I've gotten that balance of how I like my eyebrows to look. And I just kind of draw them straight out. These are actually in Selfridges now, so you can literally go to Selfridges and buy these pencils, and I've actually bought a backup of the pencil. They didn't have the brow set, which I actually really like as well. I'm gonna use that right now. So this is the brow set gel. I'm just gonna brush those babies up. So I'm gonna use my Nars Radiant Creamy in Ginger and just apply that on the underneath. I'm gonna apply that on the lid. So most of my brushes, I like to use the Morphe by Ariel. I think these brushes are so good. So I kind of just like clean them straight up. So for eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using the Mcgrath Mothership. Now I don't know which one this is. This is the Mothership 7, I think. And literally I'm gonna go ahead with that like medium brown. I'm literally using these two colours here, back and forth. So what I like to do with a medium, and literally just go onto the outside, like this. And then I'm just gonna like build that up with the medium brown right onto the outer corner. It's more of that like foxy eye look, do you know what I mean? And then I go with like a little smudge brush with like the darker colour. You can literally use any two matte eyeshadows you want for this. And I'm going more precise, kind of like a liner, and just smudging that up. I'm only going halfway onto the lash line, and then just bringing that up and out. Oh, I feel so insecure right now. Look at all of these spots, but I really wanted to film this video anyway, even though I've got all these spots right now. You don't want that super harsh, so you just want to kind of smudge that to the other brown. Going back again with a little bit of that medium brown and just blending that through. I'm going to clean up that eyeshadow look. Literally all I'm going to do now is apply mascara and then put on my lashes, and literally that is the eye look done. So I'm using the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I can do this makeup so quick. I could do this makeup in like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes if I'm really rushing. Use like some crusty dusty lashes that I take off the glue from. This is from Kitty Lash, I don't even know the name. And this is, it's Weave Bond. I just really like it. It stays on, you don't have to worry about it. It stays on all freaking night. Also, I cut my lashes so that they're quite short because I've got shorter eyes and I want that like kind of like lifted cat eye, foxy eye kind of look. I cut my lashes like a lot. I remember when I was a lot younger, I was like, the more lashes the better. Like I was stacking on 3-4 pairs of lashes. Now I just wear the one. And I think as the years have gone by, I've also come to wear like, you know, more neutral makeup. I don't do like, I mean sometimes I'll do it, but like I don't really do like cut creases anymore or anything like that. I don't think it suits my eyes as much as the way I do my makeup now. Okay guys, so time for the face. Thank God for that because literally I need to cover up these spots. So for primer, I basically sometimes just use Weleda Skin Food, or sometimes I'll put on the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base or the e.l.f. Mint Melt. I got this because of Jordan Lipscomb. Actually, a lot of the stuff I got because of Jordan Lipscomb. Actually, segue onto my last video, which was my Jordan Lipscomb Misguided haul. So if you can watch that. I need to get my watch time up, you guys. I'm on 2,000 minute watch views, 2,000 hours worth of watch views, and I need to get to 4,000 so that I can get my monetization back, because when I switched back from being a partner with a company and back to being independent, because now I'm independent, my monetization was turned off, so I'm actually not earning anything from YouTube at a minute, so I need to get those watch time hours up. I need to double them. So I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. one today. Basically, I got this because Jordan said that it's like the milk one, do you know, like the milk primer that's kind of like a glue, Hydro Grip. She said it's kind of like that one, so I'm using that. So for colour corrector, I'm using my Perfect Colour Foundation in Honey from Primark, and I'm literally just applying that to where I had facial hair before. You gotta cover up that man, honey. Definitely here as well, you can't forget that. I don't really use orange all that much, I literally just use this. Why not? This is what I've got here. I'm gonna use a powder puff. And just put that in. I'm gonna use a bit of Laura Mercier setting powder. Brush on a little bit of powder before I put on my foundation. Just on this area. For foundation, I'm going to be using my good old True Faithful, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I use the shade in 6.25. I'm using another L'Oreal by Morphe brush, and I'm just going to blend this foundation in. God, this foundation is so beautiful. I don't use this for a while, and then I start using it again. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and then I remember how good this foundation is. God, that foundation is so nice. So I'm gonna go in with Chai, which is like a darker color. So I'm gonna contour with this. I cut off here. You see that? I shorten it out. Base is like so important. Like, I'm not as much of like an eyeshadow freak as I used to be. I'm more of like a base person and how that looks. God, my skin is awful right now, but usually I do try to take care of my skin, but it's just this week, it's just been playing up. Especially like the weekend before the last bank holiday, it was Pride, and I've been going out and partying. So my skin's just been terrible. Sometimes I use my Too Faced Born This Way. Today I'm just going to use Ginger from Nars, like what I used before. So I apply it right here, underneath the eyes, just into the most inner corner. And then right here on the outer corner again, a little bit on the chin. Just a little bit. Boys can get a little bit hollow here, so I like to brighten that up, let that marinate into my face so that the coverage is a little bit higher. Whilst that's happening, I'm just gonna put on my cream blush. This is YSL Kiss and Blush in number 7. It's like a coral colour. And then on the highest point of the cheek, God, do you see how warm that makes my face look with the peach? That's so, so nice. I love blush. Cream blush and powder blush. And then the last thing that I blend out is the concealer underneath my eyes, just so that it's got the most coverage, just because I am quite dark underneath the eyes. Just using a makeup sponge just to meld everything in a little bit. I should have used this before, but I couldn't be arsed like wetting my sponge. So sometimes I use a sponge, sometimes I use a brush. I'm gonna go back in with my Laura Mercier powder and then set under the eyes. I'm taking this kind of like bigger eyeshadow brush. This is the A14 from Morphe. And then anywhere where I've got spots, I'm setting those first as well. Just because it kind of flattens like where the spot is and it makes it look like less textured. Setting here around the nose and around the mouth. Basically where I get sweaty, this is the MAC 137, and then just do like a dusting all over the face. I like super fluffy brushes like this for like face products because it doesn't apply things too heavy. So for bronzer, what I actually like been using recently is this Christian Dior bronzer, the Forever Natural Bronze. This is in number 6 Amber Bronze. It's quite dark, you can see. And literally I'm using the same brush. I like these kind of brushes because they're kind of like fan out as soon as you like apply it onto the face. So it's not super like, it's never super too much. And I don't really like, this is more like a tantour, you know, like you bronze contour, grey contours do not work in my face, you know what I mean? I'm brown, I'm Asian, so grey doesn't really work for me. So there's 2 blushes that I mainly use. It's the Dior Rosy Glow, yeah, in coral or petal. Either use the coral one or the pink one. Today I'm just going to use the coral one, and I'm literally digging in there. I'm pretty, you know, I go in with the blush. I love blush so much, and I know I already applied cream on there, but why not? Let me apply more. I like to look sunburnt, so I like to apply it across my nose. So I actually prefer this to contouring the nose. Make it look like I've been sunburnt. And I'm not applying it where people usually apply blush. I literally apply it where I apply my highlighter. So I'm using my Jaclyn Hill JH09 and my Dior, what is this? Highlighter palette, Glow Face palette in Glitz number 2. And literally all I do is like dot it where I want the highlight and literally just do little swirls like this. Little swirls like this. So it's concentrated. I don't want like a streak of highlight, like I don't do that. If I don't use a powder, if I'm using a cream, I use the Refy highlighter, this like all-in-one like glow highlighter. And that's so stunning as well. So literally all I do is this, just that. So you catch it, but I'm not like highlighted all the way. Just a little bit on here. Right at the tip. Cute. I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Micro Powder, and this is in medium. And literally all I do is pat in here and then I pat underneath the eye, and it just transforms like my under eye and it makes it super, super clean and snatched. See that? Look at the difference. Isn't it mad? What I do is just kind of like blend everything in, just so that it's like all uniform. A little trick, you guys, I do this all the time, regardless if I've got spots or not. I like to use my PS Brown Liquid Eyeliner, and I just like to draw on freckles. Now this depends on where my spots are. So usually, I know I don't have a spot here, but I like to put one below my mouth. Like that. I'm gonna do one here because I've got a spot here. Got a spot here. Here. I did 4. I know I've got more spots, but I really can't be covering my whole face with like brown dots. So I just did some beauty marks. Do you know what I mean? Little trick for you guys. I like to either use Cash Beauty in Rust Nude, Sweet Tea by Morphe. Sweet Tea is always sold out. So, and I also use True Brown K or Ginger from Kylie Cosmetics. Today I'm gonna use Ginger by Kylie. For the center of the lip, I'm using Morphe Mega Matte Lipstick in Boy Toy. It's like super, super nude. And just apply that to the center. Just a little bit. And then for gloss, I'm using Rimmel. This is Rimmel, isn't it? Yeah. Rimmel? No. So for gloss, I'm gonna use Maybelline Lifted Gloss in number 2 Ice. Ding! Final step for the makeup, I'm gonna use my Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury. This is insane. Some people don't like the smell, but I really like it. It's very fragrant though, so if you're very sensitive to fragrance, then maybe not use this. But it's sickening. It's sickening. It makes your makeup last so, so long. Let me put my wig on, my breastplate, my everything, and I'm gonna come back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. This is the look that I wore at Pride. The whole dress and everything. The hair I made myself. If you want to know about these titties, then I'll leave my video showing you where I got these tatas from down below. But you know, they're cute. yeah guys, I hope that you enjoyed this little get ready with me segment video, and I hope to see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.